Here we are again on a Sunday morning. Going to get the day started. All right, so we've got a nice little weight workout today, nothing too heavy. We'll focus that one around our deadlifts. I'm a little bit sore from yesterday in my calves. I think more along the lines because of how much Julie and I walked downtown. Not necessarily the run that was outside. And a little bit of tightness in the lower back. So I'll make sure to do some exercises today to work that out. So this is going to end our peak week, if you will. And I did add it up last night. We hit right around 75 miles for the week. So that's the biggest week that I've had in running in many years. So I'm pleased with that, to come out of that week with, or this week, as long as today goes okay, with no injuries. And I look forward to doing these weights today to get limbered back up. So beginning next week, it will, I don't want to call it a taper because that's not really what it is. It's just making sure that we're doing a lot of little things. And that will be, of course, smaller runs and no weights. Doesn't mean we won't come in and do some exercises, potentially like the bike or the rower and some functional stretching, but we're not going to be, doing bicep curls and shoulder presses, so to speak. So I think that's about it for this morning. The plan for today is to get this knocked out and to go back and have a nice little Sunday. We're going to go to another event on the other side of town. Yesterday's was in downtown Melbourne. Today's is in EGAD, which is the O'Galley Arts District. So it's another part of town. So anyway, that's the plan. I'll take you along with me, and I think for the coming week as well, today will probably be the same type of food window, but the next couple of days we'll see some changes and talk about some of those products that I showed you in the, told you about in the intro, and how we're going to incorporate Thursday. That will be when our challenge is going to begin, Thursday, 5 a.m. So, it can't start until we get today's workout done. It's not open yet. I'm here at 6:42. They don't open until 7. So I'm going to get off of here, drink my pre-workout, and then take you along for the ride. I'll set up the camera if it's an exercise I think you haven't seen yet. And other than that, I'll be back in a few short hours to check in with you. Hey everybody, just checking back in. I apologize for the delay in time. I actually had my mom call, so a little Sunday morning chat, and so I didn't get to talk to you after I left the gym, but I ended up doing something a little bit different, but mainly the same for our lifting workouts. I decided, you remember we cut it right from 200 total reps down to 100 total reps. So we did 10 sets of our base deadlift, increasing in weight by 5 pounds each time. And then we did the exact same exercises, all 10 rounds. Usually we change those up after 4 sets, but I keep the deadlift or I keep the squat all through the 10th set. Today though, we did a shoulder press, a bench press, and an arm bicep workout, all 10 rounds along with the deadlift. So we just maxed it, pushed it on the major body parts. And then of course I did do a little bit of a lower back work before I left. So again, apologize for not checking in after we finished. That was about 90 minutes. We did do a 10-minute warm-up on the arc trainer. We did not cool down on the arc trainer today. So I'm headed to the shower now. I'm going to go downstairs after that and start our window because it's almost 10 a.m. I am hungry. I'll see you in just a bit. All showered up. 10:22. I'm going to start the day with 2 of our protein shakes into 1 container. 50 grams of protein. You've seen this a number of times. I know you're probably getting sick of it, but I'm going to put the nutrition on the screen. Jules and I are headed back downtown for that second event that I was telling you about this morning. It starts at 11. Probably won't be there all day, but a couple of hours. If I see something I think you might be interested in, I will film it. Otherwise, I'll see you back here for mid-afternoon, I think, meal, which is probably going to be a protein bar, but I might actually add some pistachios today or something else. I'm going to go to the store on the way back home and maybe try to find a little bit of variety. Remember, we're going to turn over tomorrow and start eating a little bit differently. So I'm not sure how much today might change, but we'll look and see. If it changes, you'll be the first to know. See you back shortly. So just doing a little adding up here, and I'm 8 calories short of burning 12,000 for the week. Jules is telling me to do some jumping jacks to finish it out. I don't know if I really want to do that, but I find that interesting. That's definitely the peak week that we were looking for. All right, off to downtown. Good afternoon, everybody. It is, oh wow, it's 2 o'clock, and Jules and I just got back. We went downtown and then ran a few errands, so you know how it is. That's what I'm going to have for midday. I think this evening, taking a day off the red meat, and I think we're going to make maybe a dozen eggs, whole eggs with some cheese, some sour cream. I want some choline. Make sure I get a ton of choline today and protein. Again, thinking we are 3 days out. Today's Sunday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Of course, Wednesday will be a very, very small kind of warm up, and then anyway, that's for later in the week. Right now, midday bar, and I think dinner's going to be eggs, simply because I want to incorporate that choline into the diet today specifically. All right, see you back in a couple of hours to let you know what we made, how we made it, and whether or not it's any good. So if you haven't had the opportunity to cook a dozen eggs and always wanted to know what it looked like to scramble with a cup of shredded cheese, here you go. That's what I'm having today. Also have a bunch of sour cream, and I'm not sure how much I'm going to eat of the sour cream yet, so I'm not showing you that in front of me. I'll just put it on the screen whenever I figure out how much I had for the meal. And I think I'm going to throw in some, not in here, but into the meal, some raw cheddar and pieces of cheese and some pistachios. And that is going to be what we have for dinner today. I'm excited. Good evening, guys. It is 7:01. Julie and I have had a ton of sun the last 3 days. It feels like the days when you were a kid and you were playing all afternoon and day and evening, and it feels so nice to start having regular UV again. And I guess I can let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. We've actually been attending a 2-day St. Patrick's Day kind of festival here in Melbourne. So these videos are a little bit early. That's why I told you that it had only been a few weeks since Gasparilla, because I wanted to immediately go into other training, but I wanted Jules, and Jules wanted her Sweden videos to come out first. So I said, you know what? We'll go ahead and shoot these and put them at the end of all of her videos that she had backlogged. So I'm pouring kombucha tonight. Tired in a good way, in a really good way. Just one of those days where you feel like you've had a lot of sun over the last 3 days, actually. But I thought this was very appropriate to get our 2 green mugs today to pour our kombucha in. This is going to close off my food window and our second full week of training. So I hope you have a good night. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you had a fun and safe St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to see you again tomorrow morning. We're going to finish this guy strong. We're going to have a 2-hour run in the morning, taper off, and start to race prep. So again, I hope you have a good night. Nutrition's on the board. One of the last times you're going to see it, at least for this challenge. We're going to sit down and have our kombucha, and I'll see you again in a few short hours.